Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. So if you heard from the short, you already have a backstory. If not, our word was instruction. In the way it came through, instruction as in intuitive hits, divine guidance from God's source, divine angels, deities, whoever you're subscribed to, your higher self. When these come in, we can look at it as an instruction, like a hint, an idea. Do this, go here, experience this, try this, all these kind of things. And uh, the way that the message is truly coming through is being in a place that maybe we took an action on that, or it feels more like we took an action on that and we're second guessing ourselves. This could also be maybe something's coming in and we're concerned of taking an action on it. uh, if we're in it and the reward or the proof or the validation of why I did this or why I was guided to experience this hasn't come in yet. Like I said, it's very can be very nerve wracking. What the hell? I can't even say that. uh, Nerve wracking. It can be very irritating and a lot of uncomfort or not feeling safe. When we really think about it, when we think about doing something, and if we have to find reasons to do something versus not to do something, the things that we're finding not to do is normally what we should be going towards. Obviously, you do what you're comfortable with. But if we think about that, if we're trying to talk ourselves out of doing things, something inside of us wants to, but we're trying to say, no, that's scary, that's bad, that's dangerous, that's unsafe, it's not comfortable. And if we try to find all the pluses, and well, if I stay here, this will happen and this will happen, and I'll be comfortable, I'll feel safe. I won't be going out here in this place of fear and the unknown, and I can stay here where it's comfortable. Granted, we have to have a lot of discernment and trust in ourselves. There are times when messages get mixed. And in the end, yes, there is a reason for being there, but it's kind of the the reward or the purpose wasn't the same as we may have thought it was going to be. That's another thing. Removing this attachment to the outcome of the reasoning behind it could be a deeper healing aspect. Sadly, we find ourselves in positions sometimes that are uncomfortable, but through it we gain some sort of strength or ability that was suppressed inside of us, like confidence or self esteem. We're building boundaries, or we're healing an aspect of ourselves. Those can be seen as a very negative experience or difficult experience, but coming out of it, we are stronger. Uh, like I went back to that idea of the reward, like we're doing something thinking something amazing is going to come. I'm going to meet my perfect match, or I'm going to have a great job opportunity, or a bunch of finances are coming through. And instead, I'm met with extreme hardship. I'm like, what the hell, kind of thing. Uh, but through that, this strength or these boundaries or self-respect, self-esteem, whatever may have came from it, courage, brought us into a space to actually be able to hold. And hearing that's kind of annoying. Like, what, I wasn't good enough before to hold that or to experience that or to be that. But if we really look back and we see that, hey, maybe I was working out of a wound or a self-confidence issue, that I was living in it, so it was fine. I got through life and everything was fine and dandy. But to be in this position or this relationship or these future situations, if I didn't have that, I would have fell into my old path or my old ways, or I would have uh, placated or disrespected myself. So it does come together, but going through it and hearing that isn't really great reassurance. Where is this? Where is uh, this validation that a lot of us need and seek to feel comfortable? There's nothing wrong with that, but it really comes back to trust in self. Our supporting angel number card that came out with that is Well of the Soul. I'll read a little bit here. Believe you can succeed. Deep knowing, take it to heart, sole purpose, trust yourself. That's the big thing. No matter what, trusting ourselves, and sometimes we can't because it's going against this ego space or this shadow space of keeping ourselves safe, led by fear and toppled with comfort. How can we trust ourselves when something seems scary or fearful? We have to build that within. And this also goes with these messages or intuitive hits. People that want a negative outcome from us can send us shit too. And it's really weighing this odds, and that's where it kind of gets a little dicey, because it's like, well, if it's scary, maybe I should do it. But uh, what if it's something bad? It really comes into a lot of reflection and knowing the self, knowing uh, why we might be scared of something. If it bounces off of a wound or it makes us feel uncomfortable or unsafe, well, that's a fair reason to feel fear or be scared of taking this action. It's going against a wound of stability or safety, or having to present ourselves a way that maybe we didn't all the time, like having self-esteem or courage to be in these places that normally we'd feel uncomfortable or shy away from because it's scary. Those kind of things we can validate in our mind of why we're afraid of it. It's being open with ourselves to be like, yeah, I do have that fear. I am insecure about that. I am scared of that. And by doing so, it's a fair way. It's like, okay, well, that's why I'm scared. It's not that uh, the world's going to end. It is something inside of me that, you know what, life would be better if I didn't think that way. And maybe by going into these situations, we'll navigate a way to heal that and to embody the opposite of it. What else do we have here, Spirit? That's a lot, but we'll go with it. So our first card was Eight of Pentacles reversed. Boredom. This is normally time for a transition, something to happen. We are very comfortable, or we were very comfortable. If we're already in it, this is what initiated it. And if we're playing with it a little bit, the idea, we can probably find ourselves in this place. Nothing's happening, nothing's changing in our life, which is okay if that's where we want to be. But sometimes we are pushed to grow, to expand, to learn, to experience. And in essence, it's driving us towards a deep-seated dream or a desire, an emotional place where we have fulfillment. And we're not going to get there unless we leave these places of comfort or continuous patterns that really aren't moving us forward. Our next card was the Moon reversed. Suppression. Obviously, suppressing these fears or these emotions by staying in a place of comfort or stability, what we deem stable, what is proven to us to create this nest of comfort, whether in a relationship, a job, a living situation, which may have toxic traits or qualities, and we are uh, doing that whole talking to ourselves that, well, by staying, I get this and this. We are, sacrificing aspects that, you know, we deem as positive or good for negative aspects, hitting like this balance of zero. It's trying to cancel itself out in our mind, when in essence the scale is a lot more unbalanced than we truly desire to accept. Or these fears in general, that I'm not doing this because it's not because I'm not afraid, or I should say, it's not because I'm afraid or scared of it. It's because this is safe, and that's just a bad idea. We then have the Chariot reversed, impulsive acts. We can see making decisions like this as impulsive acts. We may have taken them, or a Tower in general comes in and creates it for us, and it's a lot more uncomfortable. We would have already got that instruction or that divine guidance, and it just wouldn't have been once. It keeps popping up. It's there, it's marinating in our mind, and it'll get louder and louder, and eventually, like, if we don't do anything about it, something will happen. Like if we're really supposed to, soul purpose, experience such a thing, go in that direction, something's going to rip it out of our life to force us into that direction, and that feels uncomfortable. That feels very out of control. And that's where it's like giving you the chance to be like, hey, maybe I should do this, but I'm scared. And then we're just going to force you into it, whether relationship, job, living situation, even our thought processes, our these things that we hang on to protect us, like our, can't even come up with it. What the heck's it called? Uh, Emotional behavior, our thought process. I can't come up with a word. That's okay. Maybe we can't pinpoint it. Regardless, uh, those will be pushed up against to be healed. So we'll be thrown in these positions that aren't really comfortable, and it is uncomfortable, but during that process, we're actually healing that by going through this experience and gaining this trust again. Figuring out how to get through it ourselves is the experience. We would love for that helping hand to come in, and at times it does, to make it all go away or make it all better. But what good does that do? We don't deal with it. It's just like, here, it's fixed. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to navigate this myself. I don't have to heal this myself. And it is difficult and it is uncomfortable, of course. But if we're already getting those hits and we're afraid of whatever's going to happen, maybe we should act on it instead of allowing it to happen and going through it. Then we had the Nine of Cups, fulfillment. It's all towards this. It always is. And like I said, if we're going through it, we're reviewing the fear of it from the external, like we're not in it yet, or we're projecting that this could happen. We are so in fear of the opposite of this. And maybe we go through that, like I was saying before, because how do you know how good it feels if you don't know how bad it feels? That isn't comfortable and that isn't fun. But if you ever went through positions like that, you understand. You understand what gratitude actually is. When we don't have something, we're actually extremely thankful and feel blessed when we have it again, or if we never had it and we do have it. How do you know how it feels if you didn't feel the opposite? How good does something feel? Like, let's say we were born into a family that had a lot of finances. We were very comfortable, and anything we kind of desired was there. We didn't have to want for anything. We didn't have to seek it. We always experienced it. Well, how would you ever know what lack is without or hard work or struggle? You never felt it because you were born in this higher experience on the financial aspect that it was just always there. You never went through any of that struggle and stuff. When you actually got that and experienced it, it's like, holy crap, I can actually breathe. I don't have to worry every day. I don't have to fear what's coming or X, Y, or Z. Same thing in a relationship. We can do a lot of destructive things to try to push this away, or when's the shoe going to drop? When's this going to be ripped from me aspect. Leading with those fears, we kind of keep repeating those cycles until we actually believe, hey, I'm gonna win this time. I'm gonna get to this place. I'm gonna experience it. It's my turn. I deserve this. Or we stay where it's safe. Obviously, I'm not telling anybody to do anything crazy, but the Hierophant, belief in ideas or systems in our mind or in what we see in the external. It can't be done, it won't work. That is obviously in the external, as we see how things work, and this is the steps, and this is how it works, this is it, there's no other way. There's also the aspect of we obviously create something inside of us to support that belief. How much is this holding us back? It is. It's real. It's extremely difficult to turn off no matter what it's relating to in our experience. But if you think about it, the mirror, what I'm feeling in here, the external is just going to prove to me is real. And how can I turn that off? How can I change that? That's a very uncomfortable space to go, let alone with that trust and that faith, not just in the external, the divine, God, source, and all that, but also in yourself. That when we think about self-sufficiency and self-dependence, a lot of it has to do with like providing for yourself financially and stability and all those things in the external. When you do that, it's not just uh, this emotional aspect of how did I want to say this? Hold on. When we're supporting ourselves in the financial aspect, we're generating our own money, we're supporting ourselves, whether we're working for someone or not. If we're not, we have to now be the business. We have to create the money. We have to do everything. We're not just going there and nothing's delegated. It's all on us. That's a big responsibility. Now, if you look at it on the emotional sense, you're not expecting anything from uh, anyone else to lift you up, to support you, to encourage you. That is all in you. The external pretty much doesn't exist at that point. If you actually go to like this full self-sufficient, totally dependent on yourself. Trying to change a belief like that is extremely difficult to stomach, let alone generate the ability to do so. That's like a huge accomplishment, a huge experience to be that only dependent on yourself or self-sufficiency to that extreme. Again, that touched on everything. I'm not saying uh, that's the goal here, but when we really think about it, it's not just one thing or the other. It is everything. A page of wands reversed. Recklessness. This behavior can be seen, or a choice going off these intuitive hits can seem reckless, but when I started speaking on that card, it came through of doing some like self-destructive patterns, or not patterns, or behavior, I should say, when we get in these situations. Like, say we made a move on it when this intuitive hit, and this reward or this experience that we were expecting to come of it hasn't presented itself. We start to lose faith, we start to lose trust, and whether inside or in the external, of hey, you guided me here and nothing's happening, like I need to do something, I need to make something happen because I feel uncomfortable, because I feel safe. Whatever you pushed me towards, whatever I believed, whatever conversations we had is not happening, and I feel uncomfortable, so I need to take control. During those periods when we do that, whether something large or something small, we are trying to show a way that we have a say in something, or that we can do something, that we have some sort of control over this, whether it's positive or destructive. But being mindful of what we're doing there when we think of doing something drastic, maybe to our appearance, or to, uh, you know, saying something or acting out with other individuals. Sometimes it is this this moving force to benefit us, but at other times, are we doing it out of this need of control, to feel like we have to say in something, versus it being of a benefit to us? We get one last card here. We got two. And right before these came out, I was thinking to myself, wow, did I even get any information here? Did I even get anywhere farther than where I started? It's just a reminder of what I'm dealing with and how uncomfortable this may be. We got the Four of Pentacles, Materialist, and we had the Knight of Pentacles, Commitment. These two cards right now feel annoying to hear if we were in your position. Four of Pentacles, I always feel uh, looking at the guys clenching the pentacles. And when we're in lack, we're trying to get that place. Everything we have, we're clenching. It's probably already gone before we get it. It is survival. And then when we actually would get up, and maybe we have a little nest egg, we're clenching everything so tightly still because we don't feel safe. When's it going to go away? I worked so hard for this. I can't let this go. Either side of that coin is a place of lack and fear. And then to have the Knight of Pentacles after that, when I see him often, he's just there holding a pentacle, and it gives the idea of, it's like, hey, it's right here, like whatever it is we're seeking, and we're focused here. We're clenching all these, and we're in this system or this belief that is saying this is the only way. And then this guy over here is like, hey, it's over here, it's right here. And when I said, like, that's annoying to hear, because it's like, well, I've been trying to see this. I've been trying to put the puzzle pieces together, and I'm over here hanging on to this because this is what's real to me. This is what feels safe. This is what's proven to work. And then this guy's over here like, hey, it's over here, and I can't see that because I'm in here. So how do we open that up? How do we open up our view? We have to release the idea of the outcome. What is it that makes us feel safe? And I'm not saying release it and live life freely, because that's going to be impossible, because we're still clenching onto it. We're still hanging onto it. It's still there. It's still the only way that we can feel safe. I'm saying just take some time, uh, whenever you have some spare time, and try to release these beliefs and this clench to whatever this is that makes us feel safe, and the belief that it makes us feel safe, and just say, what do I need to see? What am I missing here? What is going to set me free? And then when we come to it and it makes sense to us and it's true, try to commit to that, because releasing this belief that that's been guiding us all of our life and we're hanging on to and it makes us feel safe isn't going to be easy. But every time it comes up, we got to bounce back to whatever this thing that we were missing is. Obviously, that's personal to each one of us. Uh, Sorry if I was all over the place. What came through, came through. If it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you all later.